Welcome back, learners, to the Philomath channel. A place where small ideas lead to lasting transformation. Today, we are diving into the first 6 chapters of Atomic Habits. Chapters that lay the foundation for real, sustainable change. These chapters are not about motivation. They are not about overnight success. They are about understanding how habits truly work. How tiny actions compound. How identity shapes behavior. And how systems quietly determine our results. As you listen, don't rush to change everything. Just listen with awareness. Because when you understand the root, the fruit changes naturally. Let us begin. Chapter 1: The Surprising Power of Tiny Habits. In this first chapter, James Clear introduces a truth that quietly reshapes how we understand success. Real change does not come from big breakthroughs. It comes from tiny habits, repeated consistently over time. Let us begin. Small changes create remarkable results. Most people believe success is sudden. A big moment. A dramatic shift. An overnight transformation. But real progress works differently. It is the result of small improvements, made daily, that compound quietly. Just as money grows through compound interest, habits grow through repetition. 1% better each day does not feel powerful in the moment, but over time, it changes everything. Why we underestimate small habits. Small habits feel insignificant. Skipping one workout seems harmless. Reading one page feels pointless. Saving a small amount looks slow. So we dismiss them. But habits are not about today's outcome. They are about tomorrow's direction. Every small action sets a trajectory. And trajectories determine destinations. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. The same behavior, repeated daily, leads to dramatically different results over months and years. This is why habits are so powerful. They don't demand intensity. They demand consistency. You do not rise to your goals. James Clear shares a key insight. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Goals are about outcomes. Systems are about processes. Winners and losers often share the same goals. What separates them is the system they follow daily. Focus on systems, not just results. If you focus only on results, you will feel discouraged when progress is slow. But when you focus on systems, every day becomes a win. Showing up is success. Repeating the habit is progress. Systems free you from emotional ups and downs. They keep you moving, even when motivation fades. Identity is shaped by repetition. Every habit is a vote for the type of person you are becoming. You don't need to transform overnight. You become your future self. One small action at a time. I am someone who shows up. I am someone who improves daily. I am someone who stays consistent. Identity grows through evidence, not intention. What we learn in this chapter. Learners, from chapter 1 we understand that small habits compound into big change. Progress is often invisible at first. Systems matter more than goals. Consistency beats intensity. Identity is shaped by daily actions. This chapter teaches us patience and trust in the process. How we practice chapter 1. Now learners, let us apply this. Choose one habit, small enough to repeat daily. Do not aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. Track progress gently. Show up quietly. Let time work for you. Patience is the hidden skill. Results lag behind habits. This is not failure. This is how growth works. Stay consistent. Even when nothing seems to change. The breakthrough always comes later. Chapter 2, How Your Habits Shape Your Identity, and Vice Versa. In Chapter 2, James Clear invites us to look deeper. This chapter is not just about what you do. It is about who you believe you are. Let us begin. The real reason habits last. Most people try to change habits by focusing on results. They say, I want to lose weight. I want to be successful. I want to be confident. But results are not the root. Habits last when they align with identity. Lasting change happens when behavior reflects who you believe you are. 3 layers of behavior change. James Clear explains that behavior change happens in 3 layers. The outer layer is outcomes, what you want to achieve. The middle layer is processes, what you do repeatedly. The deepest layer is identity, who you believe you are. Most people work from the outside in. True change works from the inside out. Identity shapes action. If you believe, I am not a reader, you won't read, no matter how good the book is. If you believe, I am bad with money, saving feels unnatural. Your habits obey your identity. This is why change feels hard. When it conflicts with who you think you are. Every action is a vote. Identity does not change all at once. It changes through evidence. Every small habit is a vote for the person you are becoming. Reading 1 page says, I am a reader. Showing up for 5 minutes says, I am someone who follows through. Votes accumulate. Identity solidifies. Focus on becoming, not achieving. This chapter teaches us to shift the question. Instead of asking, what do I want to achieve? Ask, who do I want to become? Then ask, what would that person do today? This perspective transforms effort into alignment. Consistency builds belief. Belief grows from repetition. The more you act like someone, the more you believe you are that person. Confidence is not a feeling. It is a habit. Discipline is not personality. It is identity reinforced daily. What we learn in this chapter. Learners, from chapter 2 we understand that habits shape identity. Identity drives behavior. Change works from inside out. Small actions reinforce belief. Consistency builds confidence. This chapter teaches us to focus on becoming. How we practice chapter 2. Now learners, let us apply this. Choose one identity you want to build. Not a goal. An identity. Ask yourself, what would a person like this do today? Then perform one small action. That proves it. Repeat. Identity is a process. You do not decide who you are. You prove it. One habit at a time. Be patient. Be consistent. Let identity emerge naturally. Chapter 3, How to Build Better Habits in 4 Simple Steps. In this chapter, James Clear pulls back the curtain on how habits truly work. Not as motivation, not as personality, but as a process. Let us begin. Habits are not random. Many people believe habits are mysterious. But habits follow a predictable pattern. Every habit good or bad, moves through the same 4 steps. Understanding these steps gives you control. When you understand the process, change becomes possible. The 4-step habit loop. James Clear explains that every habit follows a simple loop. Cue, craving, response, reward. This loop is not a theory. It is how the human brain works. Remove one step, and the habit collapses. Master the steps, and you can shape any behavior. Cue, the trigger that starts everything. The cue is what catches your attention. It could be a time of day, a place, a feeling, or a person. The cue signals your brain. There is a reward available. Without a cue, no habit begins. Craving, the desire behind the habit. Craving is not about the habit itself. You don't crave brushing your teeth. You crave a clean mouth. You don't crave checking your phone. You crave connection or relief. Craving is the motivation force. If there is no desire, there is no action. Response, the action you take. The response is the habit itself. This is what you do, or don't do. The response depends on 2 things: how motivated you are, and how difficult the habit feels. If the response requires too much effort, the habit will fail. Reward, the reason habits repeat. The reward closes the loop. It satisfies the craving and teaches your brain. This behavior is worth remembering. Rewards provide pleasure, relief, or progress. Without reward, habits disappear. Why understanding the loop matters. Every habit exists because it solves a problem. Good habits solve good problems. Bad habits solve problems poorly. When you understand the loop, you stop blaming yourself and start adjusting the system. What we learn in this chapter. Learners, from chapter 3 we understand that habits follow a clear 4-step loop. Cues trigger behavior. Cravings drive action. Responses depend on effort. Rewards reinforce repetition. This chapter teaches us that habits are processes, not personal failures. How we practice chapter 3. Now learners, let us apply this. Choose one habit. Ask yourself, what is the cue? What is the craving? What is the response? What is the reward? When you can name the loop, you can change the habit. Chapter 4, The Man Who Didn't Look Right. In this chapter, James Clear introduces us to a powerful idea. We do not see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. Let us begin. Your brain is a prediction machine. Your brain is constantly predicting. It does not simply react. It anticipates. Through experience and repetition, your brain learns what to notice and what to ignore. This is how habits form. The more a behavior repeats, the faster and more automatic it becomes. Why we miss what is right in front of us. James Clear shares a story about a man who could not notice something obvious to others. Not because he was careless, but because his brain had been trained to see differently. Your brain filters reality based on what it expects. If you are not trained to notice something, it effectively does not exist for you. Habits shape perception. Habits don't just influence behavior. They shape perception. A musician hears patterns in noise. A chef tastes layers in food. An athlete sees movement others miss. What you practice, you begin to see. Habits train your attention. Awareness precedes change. Before you can change a habit, you must become aware of it. Unconscious habits. Run your life quietly. Awareness turns the invisible visible. You cannot improve what you do not notice. Practice changes what you see. The more you repeat a habit, the more sensitive you become to the cues around it. This is why new habits feel hard at first. Your brain has not learned what to look for yet. With practice, awareness sharpens. What we learn in this chapter. Learners, from chapter 4 we understand that the brain filters reality. Habits shape perception. Repetition trains awareness. Change begins with noticing. Attention determines behavior. This chapter teaches us to observe ourselves without judgment. How we practice chapter 4. Now learners, let us apply this. Choose one habit. Spend a day simply noticing it. Notice when it starts. Notice what triggers it. Notice how it feels. No change. Just awareness. Awareness is the first victory. Seeing is the beginning of change. When you see clearly, you act differently. When awareness grows, choice returns. This is the foundation of all habit change. Chapter 5, the best way to start a new habit. In this chapter, James Clear shows us how habits truly begin. Not with motivation, not with force, but with clarity. Let us begin. Habits start with awareness. A habit cannot start if you don't know when to act. Many people fail at building habits, not because they lack discipline, but because they are vague. I'll exercise more. I'll read someday. I'll eat better. Vague intentions produce vague results. Clarity beats motivation. James Clear introduces a powerful idea. Specific plans outperform strong intentions. When the brain knows exactly when and where to act, it does not hesitate. Clarity removes decision fatigue. The power of implementation intentions. An implementation intention is a simple plan. I will do this habit at this time, in this place. This turns a wish into a commitment. Time and place become cues. The habit begins automatically. Environment supports action. When a habit has a clear location, it becomes easier to repeat. Reading in a specific chair. Writing at a particular desk. Exercising in a set space. Location anchors behavior. The environment reminds you. Without effort. Decide once, act repeatedly. This chapter teaches us to make decisions in advance. When you decide ahead of time, you remove negotiation. You no longer ask, should I do this today? You already decided. This is freedom. What we learn in this chapter. Learners, from chapter 5 we understand that habits require clarity. Vague intentions lead to inconsistency. Specific plans remove hesitation. Time and place create cues. Decisions made early save energy. This chapter teaches us to prepare the mind before action is required. How we practice chapter 5. Now learners, let us apply this. Choose one habit. Write it clearly. I will, habit. At, time. In, place. Keep it simple. Repeat daily. Let clarity do the work. Clarity builds consistency. When the path is clear, the mind follows. Confusion creates resistance. Clarity creates movement. Chapter 6, Motivation is overrated, environment often matters more. In this chapter, James Clear challenges a common belief that success depends on motivation. Instead, he shows us that environment quietly shapes behavior. Let us begin. We think we control our actions. Most people believe their choices are driven by willpower. But in reality, your environment influences you constantly. What you see, what you hear, what surrounds you. These cues guide your behavior, often without awareness. Behavior follows the environment. Habits are not just internal decisions. They are responses to surroundings. A tidy desk invites focus. A visible phone invites distraction. A kitchen filled with healthy food invites better choices. Change the environment, and behavior changes naturally. Make cues obvious. James Clear explains that habits begin with cues. The more obvious the cue, the stronger the habit. Place good cues in your path. Hide bad ones. Visibility matters more than intention. Small environmental changes matter. You do not need to redesign your entire life. Small adjustments are powerful. Move one object. Change one location. Remove one distraction. Environment works quietly, but consistently. Design beats discipline. Discipline works for a moment. Environment works all the time. When good habits are easy, they happen. When bad habits are hard, they fade. This is not weakness. It is wisdom. What we learn in this chapter. Learners, from chapter 6 we understand that environment shapes behavior. Motivation is unreliable. Cues drive habits. Visibility influences action. Design is more powerful than discipline. This chapter teaches us to stop relying on willpower and start shaping our surroundings. How we practice chapter 6. Now learners, let us apply this. Choose one habit you want to build. Ask yourself, how can I make this obvious? Then choose one habit you want to reduce. Ask, how can I hide or remove the cue? Simple changes create lasting results. Environment shapes identity. When your environment supports you, your identity strengthens. You become someone who follows through naturally. As we come to the end of these first 6 chapters, remember this. You are not broken. You don't lack willpower. And you don't need to become someone else overnight. You need better systems, clearer awareness, and small actions repeated with patience. Every habit is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every small choice matters. If this video helped you see yourself differently, take one idea from today and practice it gently. Like this video, share it with someone who is building themselves quietly, and subscribe to Philomath for more wisdom that turns knowledge into daily action. Remember, learners, big change does not come from big moments. It comes from small habits, practiced consistently.